I just scraped it off the top, got it out the road, out the turf, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. When that rush comes, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out the foot. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money, what I see. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the turf, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. When that rush comes, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full.
Toy, convoy, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free. That's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the turf, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. When that rush comes, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full.
First off, let me talk my got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my it's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like the law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk. I talk the talk. I be saying what I want.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Here's Brady to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? I
think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but they want to get a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Now back to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. To throw is Brady. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Haven't been a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worried about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Hunter Nice-Swander on a punt now on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And it's taken in at the 9. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Wentz.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Winston Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
12 more yards there and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Second and 5. A give up the middle to Gibson.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On third down, here's Gibson.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A handoff. Barkley running left. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Brady.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And Barkley did not get there. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 7. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now a dump off here complete, and down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. To throw again on second down. Wentz back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On second down, a run with Gibson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of week 17 is underway. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Play action. Now Wentz. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Washington. 57 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Gibson is in. Touchdown, Washington. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Now for the point after. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Gaines. And Sharp calls it in. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. Looking to throw. Gaines. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, Gaines going down the middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back back to throw again. Touchdown, Giants.
Kadarius Toney,
his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, Gibson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Wentz. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On first down, Gaines.
And that'll be caught by Toney.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Gaines finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
The Giants on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Gaines. Touchdown. Kenny Galladay. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point try good by Gano. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now a play fake. Wentz taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 66 yards. And the Commanders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Throw left side, complete to Tony. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43.
Looking to throw. Gaines over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Gaines. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Gibson again.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jackson. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw again. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. DJ Chark, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants get a bit closer. Gano the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get them home free. Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Commanders, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.
Better, petty, don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been in prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I?